Holloway. I was born April 11th, 1945, and my dad was a belly gunner on a B-17 bomber in World War II out of Germany, and he flew 37 missions, 32, without getting shot down. And when he got back on his 32nd mission, they told him his wife had a baby, and it was me. I was raised up in Arlington, Texas, and I got a job at Bell Helicopter, and I was working there only 6 months, and I got my draft notice. It was kind of neat because working Bell Helicopter, and I'd go down through the flight line and look at all these Huey helicopters, and I thought, oh, neat helicopters, you know. But then when I went to Vietnam, and I actually seen them in action, and they actually saved my life, you get a different feel for the helicopters when you come home and you see them in a different light. It was in Tacoma, Washington, Seattle. When I got there, I was walking and my arch dropped. And I thought, oh man, that hadn't bothered me in a long time. Did all that training and everything didn't bother me. And I went to the medic that day and told him, he looked at it, he said, tomorrow, I'm supposed to leave at 2 for Vietnam, so come in at 10 and see the doctor, and he'll look at your arches, because you can't go over there like that. I got thinking all that, you know, man, I don't have to go, you know. And so the next day, I was walking to the hospital, walked up to the door, and I grabbed hold of that door, and I sit there and I just stopped. And I leaned back against the wall like this, and I thought to myself, can I really do this? All this training, can I chicken out? If I don't go, somebody might have to go in my place, and I would never know if they got killed because I didn't go, or maybe I went and I got killed. You know, am I going to live? I sit there and I thought about it, you know. I said, Lord, I just pray you bring me back home. And I walked off and I got on the airplane. I never went. I never had any jungle training until I got to Vietnam. They flew me to my unit, and 2 days later, they took me out in the jungle for an hour to show what a jungle looked like. Come back, that's my training. Each of the 5 guns, there was 8 people. We would go and we would support out in the field. They usually put us on the highest mountain. When they told me I was going to be artillery, I thought, well, great, I'm on the big guns. I'll be safe. I'll be way back. Well, I didn't know they was going to put us on the highest mountain, and they lobbed rockets way up there and were targets. That's that shrapnel that hit me in the arm. If it had hit me solid, it's big, my arm would have been gone, but it didn't. It hit me like that. It felt like fire ants all over me. Those were shrapnel holes. It said 5 guys behind me in the hospital, and I didn't have to go. And how it missed me, I don't know. When it hit the sandbag, you could hear my blood sizzle on the shrapnel. And so I went and I took it out, and I kept it. The Agent Orange, the fighter jets would come in and they would drop it on the enemy down below. What it would do, it would crawl up the mountain and come right up there, right over us, and go over the base. You could tell the little, I don't know, it's like a sweetness or something in the air, real weak, that was different. Another thing with Agent Orange is I've had a lot of cancers cut out of me. They cut on my throat, they cut this out, my gland, they had to cut a deep one up in here. I got hurt in Dock Toe. I could have died 3 times over there, but I made it all 3 times. A couple of buddies beside me didn't make it, but we had some big battles that really gave us problems. When I got home from Nam, for the first 20, 25 years, I didn't want to know nothing about Nam. I wanted to forget about it, not talk about it. They told me that when I was over there, I could stay another 30 days and I could get out 6 months earlier or 5 and come on home. I wouldn't have to go back. And I said, are you kidding? I said, 3 times I almost didn't come home. I said, no, I'm going home. Me and Barbara actually had our second date the day I got home, because we only had 1 date before I went to Vietnam on that day, and then I went to Vietnam the next morning. This is like the first week I was home. We weren't even used to being together. I mean, we got to see each other 5 days, and that's about it. Then we went to the church where we got married. I worked my way through college, got my associate at Tarrant County, I got my bachelor's, and I got my master's at A&M. As soon as I got my master's, I went to work for Lockheed Martin designing F-16 bases. That's my story.